SunnyV2. Yes. Why Chris will soon be a nightmare for MrBeast. Alright, to my understanding, what we got going on is my man, oh my god, he used the term. I was reading some of the tweets. He used the term something about hormones, I think, that he went through or used or did or whatever the case, however that works, I'm not sure. Pretty much transgender, right, something like that. I'm not sure, don't quote me, bro. I'm not 100% educated on any of that, you know what I'm saying? Do what you want, plain and simple. Whatever you want to do with yourself, fucking do it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people were coming at him because, you know, he does have a son, and that's gonna, people are saying it's gonna look bad, him having a son, raising him while he's going through this and the third, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot, bro, just a lot, you know what I'm saying? Of course, internet, people have their opinions on a lot of things, and they're gonna talk, bro. Me, do what makes you happy, bro, plain and simple. That got nothing to do with me, you know what I'm saying? If you're happy, you're happy, and you do what you want, plain and simple, bro. Especially too, I don't think, because we've seen it before, people will push their beliefs and stuff like that onto other people. You know what I'm saying? They'll get mad if they don't agree with somebody else's opinions on what they got going on. They'll try to push their beliefs, their agendas, their whatever the case, onto these people, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as long as Chris isn't doing that with Jimmy and anybody else on the team, or who he works with and stuff, if he's not telling, oh bro, you should do this because that, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Who gives a let the man do himself, let him do his thing, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're gonna see.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for MrBeast's brand. However, it may also provide some unique benefits. So let's begin by going over the drama before explaining exactly how this will impact the MrBeast channel. In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential southern gun and truck loving dude. Yet beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as,
I got my nails done at a nail tech. Okay. Getting a manicure, regular shit, right? He got some nail polish on it. Maybe he wanted to see how it looked, how it made him feel, you know what I'm saying? Anything. It could have been anything, bro. I know straight men who paint their fucking nails. To each their own, alright? Shit got nothing to do with me, bro. If they happy, if they trying to stylize and do their thing, you know what I'm saying? We got celebrities doing it too. I think A$AP Rocky is a good example. Lil Yachty is a good example. Trippie Redd, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Trippie Redd. I think Juice WRLD used to do it. Those are straight men. But sometimes they want to do little designs or paint their shit. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Who cares?
I finally got my nails done at a nail tech. Additionally, Chris would highlight that his facial appearance had changed significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, okay, so in 4 different customs, I had to prove I was myself because I, quote, look nothing like my passport pic. So
4 different customs, bro? What the fuck? What? I mean, bro, if I show y'all my license right now, I don't think I look like myself in my license, bro. I look like a fucking delinquent. I look like I just hit a lick before I took that picture. You know what I'm saying? Damn, bro. I mean, I don't know, gang.
Customs, I had to prove I was myself because I, quote, look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance? Prompting replies such as, you went from man to boy. Chris responded by stating, nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my mental health seriously and eating better, yet his Twitter photos kept insinuating that Chris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his MrBeast appearances. For example, on the 6th of January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled I strapped a GoPro.
Hey, real quick, since we're talking about MrBeast, Mans gave the green light to all the reaction channels to react to all their content, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're reacting to their Beast Reacts, we're reacting to their gaming, which I already do, and we're reacting to the main channel stuff, maybe the philanthropy stuff too, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled "I strapped a GoPro to a fish," in which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, "Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother." Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails? Chris had to have lost a bet. The look is getting wild. The response to the video then prompted countless viral TikToks, such as this one with 700,000 likes, stating, "How did Chris go from this to this?" While others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay. Now, this was pretty ridiculous as Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual.
Hold on. Carl, I feel like Carl's been doing these things too way before. You know what I'm saying? All right. Y'all coming at Chris for the nails when he first did them. Was nobody coming at Carl for them? But now just because Chris is doing more of these feminine things, right? And Carl isn't, or he is, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if he doesn't post it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're public. I mean, private. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Just who gives a fuck, man? Literally, who cares? Let them do them.
Yeah. Now, this was pretty ridiculous as Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual years before he and Carl had even met. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization instead seemed to have come from his...
See, this is OD right here. I kept seeing a lot of this shit. Man's left his wife and kid. Man's this wife kid. Bring it in the wife and kid, bro. Like...
marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he'd painted his nails. Chris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Chris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end. Chris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails. As the criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from...
What's wrong with a man bun gang? What's wrong with this?
and long nails. As the criticism continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this, before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for changing genders. Chris would expand...
Okay, HRT, if that's what it was. Yeah, because I saw the word and I saw some other tweets below that, and he did mention like hormones, whatever the case. Okay.
On this by stating, informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving gender-affirming healthcare in a first world country is wild to me. Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies, which received a positive response from both Carl and MrBeast, who wrote, "Got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity, others weren't so welcoming. There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times. Chris responded to this comment by stating, "This is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids. Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He is so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love."
Simple, bro. Nobody is born with fucking hate in them, bro. No one. That shit is taught. You teach your kid something, he gonna learn and run with it. Until you, and if it's bad, it's bad. Until otherwise you say, no, that's bad. Change it this way. Look at it this way. Do this. You know what I'm saying?
I know I'm going to be a great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker. Chris's response received some positivity such as, "I'm convinced you're an amazing father. Tucker is lucky to have you and also lucky to have all of those who surround and support you in his life, as well as I adore that, I'm glad you made that decision. It's so much easier to be a parental figure when you're not struggling with dysphoria," yet he'd also receive an equal amount of backlash. You ripped apart your family and took a father figure away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic. He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house, a life full of difference and being alone. Must have missed the point in that tweet. How's this for him when you're depriving him of a father figure? Although Chris wasn't altered by these comments, as he'd once again reiterate his certainty in a new post reading, "It's never too late to start being yourself," which received praise from MrBeast as well as Nolan and Carl. However, these comments also added extra fuel to the fire. In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards. Hope you come out of this safe. MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio, to which
getting ratioed by MrBeast was crazy, gang. You're done.
out of this safe.
Whoa.
MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio, to which the original commenter would state, "I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio me. I'll still rest easy knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life." In some ways,
How are you so sure he's ruining his own life, bro? If this is what he wants to do. Nobody is telling him to do this shit. Nobody is making him do this shit. This is what he wants to do. How can he possibly ruin his fucking life if he's happy doing what he's doing? Like, bro, it's the thing with the internet. Motherfuckers is gonna talk regardless. A lot of motherfuckers is gonna talk when they're not educated. A lot of motherfuckers are gonna talk just to talk and try to fit in with the hate. Cause there's fucking weirdos out here who will agree with what Chris is doing, but will still talk shit on social media to him, going against what they support. You know what I'm saying? Like, they support what he's doing, but they're still gonna say shit because everybody else is doing it. There's fucking weirdos like that in the world, bro. If the man is saying he's happy and this saved his life in whatever way, that's on him. Nobody has to understand that shit. How is he ruining his fucking life, bro?
I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life. In some ways, it was nice to see the boys standing up for Chris on Twitter. However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the videos. For example, in a recent livestream titled "Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes," Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally does. It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Chris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my god, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind. MrBeast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when each member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks. Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
For the most part, the live stream was devoid of awkward moments. However, it would act as fodder for another 100.
All right. Going back to what I said. He wasn't really pushing it on him. But obviously, it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you saying this? You can tell MrBeast was a little uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they drew you, MrBeast. It's a female character, whatever they drew you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it gets to that point, pushing it onto somebody, or, I mean, in any way, shape, or form, trying to put it onto them or make it seem like, you know, do this, or I don't know, bro. I don't know how to explain it. It's just the fact that doing that little extra shit right there and making others uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying? Like, they support you, bro. You doing you, keep doing you. You know what I'm saying? But when people start to cross that thin line of like, oh, do this, or let me say this, you know what I'm saying? This, and the third. It's like, God forbid, but like, that's going to push people away. You know what I'm saying? People aren't going to want to hear that shit. Because again, they support you regardless. They're happy for you. They're on social media defending you. Leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
100 million views
I don't
worth
know.
of void of awkward moments. However, it would act as fodder for another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism. Chris likely believes that people will slowly adapt to his new appearance over time, but is this really going to happen? Well, maybe. It's difficult to say as the situation is fairly unique, especially when considering Chris's reputation and influence. However, if Chris continues to transition, would it be unreasonable to say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in the first place? Perhaps the opposite will happen, and he'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast audience. This was put forward in many comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of queer kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add any value to the videos.
Yeah, video wise, business wise, it may or may not hurt it. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe it'll bring a shit ton of, you know, people in that community, or who are going through this, who are thinking of going through this, you know what I'm saying, looking at Chris as motivation to pull up to the videos and support and show support for Chris. You know what I'm saying? It could go either way, business wise, video wise, MrBeast and his brand. It can go both ways, bro. You know what I'm saying? It could really go both ways.
MrBeast has likely cultivated a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video. On top of this, it can be
Hold on, say that again.
And if we've learned anything from Hollywood...
Movies and shows today just make characters for the sake of it. No character development, no good story. So much shit today that just pushes an agenda and forgets the people watch stuff for entertainment. Yep. Okay. Yeah, because we've seen a few. I mean, I've seen a few things. I don't know about you guys. I've seen a few things where like people are saying, "Oh, these characters are now bisexual," or whatever the case, right? And it's like that was never the case. You feel me? It's kind of like. It kind of seems fake a little bit when Hollywood does it too, because it's like, I don't know, they want those audiences to gravitate to what they're making, the product, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, we should do this, maybe it'll bring some more people in, but it's like, no, bruh, you feel me? At that point, some people will look at that and be like, what the fuck is this? You know, all right, the most recent thing I saw was Twitch. It was gaming. What gaming event or gaming something, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they spelled gaming with, you know what I'm saying, with the Y. And then again, the comments was just like, it was on and off. It was like good and bad. I seen more bad though. It was like, what the fuck is this, bro? What are you guys trying to do with this shit? You know what I'm saying? I've seen with YouTube a few months ago, or late last year, with YouTube, when I think it's like YouTube Black or something like that, to show love to the black creators and shit, right? It's like, why the fuck are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? It kind of looks shady. It doesn't seem genuine. You feel me?
In recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video. On top of this, it can be uncomfortable and unrelatable for the silent majority, although as we have seen, a situation like Chris's does have the potential to create an otherworldly amount of discussion, which could be seen as a benefit for the MrBeast brand.
Drama is good for growth, 100%. That would be an easy way to up my
So you're
if
a
I got it,
Keemstar
bro.
The problem is, this type of situation is probably the last thing that MrBeast wants to attract, as he's forced to agree with Chris's position, as he has no way of manipulating the situation without being painted as the bad guy.
He is forced to agree with Chris. I doubt that. I don't agree with that. I don't think this man is sitting here forcing himself to agree with him. You know what I'm saying? Because if he really wanted to, he can just not have Chris in the videos. Will that spark another situation? Yes, it will. You know what I'm saying? People who support Chris are going to look at MrBeast getting rid of him as, oh, you're homophobic or this and that. You're against Chris. You never believed in him. You never supported him. You know what I'm saying? And it's a tough position for MrBeast, bro, because I've heard this saying, and I really agree with it too, because I've heard some stories, bro. Mixing business with friendship it's just it don't fit, bro. It really doesn't fit. Like, you gotta have like the strongest connection with this person if you're gonna make a business with them or have them on your business, you know what I'm saying? It's tough, bro, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like if Jimmy is as serious as he is with his content, because we've heard it multiple times, he wants to make the best content possible. If that is affected in any way, shape, or form, he will address that. Whether it's getting rid of it, not, you know what I'm saying, not having it in the in his videos too much, whatever it is, it could be anything or anyone. You know what I'm saying? But to say that he is, honestly, to think that he's forcing himself to support Chris, I don't believe that. I don't.
That would be an easy way to up my
So
views
you're
if
a
I got it.
Keemstar
Bro.
The problem is, this type of situation is probably the last thing that MrBeast wants to attract, as he's forced to agree with Chris's position, as he
I don't think he's forced, bro. Yeah, I don't. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's forced. I don't think he's forced.
has no way of manipulating the situation without being painted as the bad guy. It's a lose-lose situation for MrBeast. I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Chris, cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussions. However,
and that's so unfortunate, bro. Like, somebody has to say something in order for people to see that you support it in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does silence, it's like the saying silence, well, how do you, what's the silence? How do you say it? What's the silence? What's the saying? It's like silence says more. Silence, I don't know how to say it, bro. Y'all get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Not saying anything speaks volume, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that, bro. I don't like that. Because who's to say he's not aware of any of this shit? Let's pretend, right? Obviously, he knows what's going on. Let's just pretend MrBeast doesn't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? He sees the changes, but he's not really thinking much of it. You know what I'm saying? Because in his mind, he's probably just like, that's Chris. Let him do his thing. I'm not going to sit here and judge or ask questions. You know what I'm saying? That's for him to do his own thing. I'm focused on other things, right? Let's just assume that's the case, right? Why does his silence have to mean, right? Why does it have to mean that he doesn't support it? Why does it have to resort to the negative? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. It's what SunnyV2 say, sticky nightmare or something like that. Listen, I don't know, bro. In terms of his business and his videos and how passionate he is about YouTube and making videos, if it comes to the point where he has to let Chris go or not have him in the videos as much or any other thing, I feel like he will do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But of course, people are gonna look at that. Oh, you're a fake friend. You don't support him like you said you did. That doesn't have to be the fucking case, bro. I feel like if he was to do anything with that, him and Chris, I feel like him and Chris can sit down, record a video, and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, at that point too, we can see both sides of the story. Maybe Chris will be understanding of MrBeast not having him in the videos as often or at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just something, bro. But that's the thing. It's always gonna be one person saying shit. You can't satisfy everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at the bullshit he went through with the curing blind people. Something he did amazing for thousands, and he was getting shit for it. You know what I'm saying? You could just never fucking win, bro.
Mayor. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition, Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their true feelings and may rather simply click on fewer MrBeast videos. If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe media firestorm. The only clean solution, should things go south, might be for Chris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable. Whether it be arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to how this whole thing might impact Jimmy, forgetting that he achieved his current level of success by avoiding this exact type of drama.
Oh man. It's tough, bro. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? But only God knows their intentions, what they think, how they feel. And only they know themselves how they think and feel. You know what I'm saying? So if it ends up in, let's just say it ends up in MrBeast. All right. Chris is doing this for himself. He's happy. MrBeast is happy and doing his videos for himself in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's thinking about himself doing these videos to entertain the world and give back, right? They're both doing something that makes them happy, right? It's tough, gang. Like, I don't know what to say, honestly. I just feel like regardless of what happens, Jimmy is going to get shit. He's going to have people supporting him. And then he's going to have people disagreeing with him and not liking him. However the outcome is, whatever happens. If Chris stays, cool. If he leaves, cool. If MrBeast is okay with all of that and he's happy, fantastic. All right? It's just... I don't know, gang. Again, I feel like they should both sit down, drop a video or something. Or like SunnyV2 said, Chris can leave on his own, but it's still going to cost shit. So it's like, there's no way of avoiding this, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? He can do all of this, but then over time, it just has to die down. I don't know, bro. I don't know. We gonna see what's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. For me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still gonna watch MrBeast. If Chris is in the videos, I don't care, bro. Let him be in the videos. Let him do his thing. This is who he is. This is what he wants to do and be. Let him fucking do and be what he wants to do and be. You know what I'm saying? If he's happy, that's all that fucking matters. That's just where my head is at. Some people may agree, some people may disagree, but it's all fucking opinion at the end of the day. And an opinion is never a fact. A fact is a fact. You know what I'm saying? Watching Jimmy smile during the weird fan art joke genuinely looked like it was full of pain. It's heart-wrenching just knowing how much MrBeast has contributed to the world and knowing how little it means to Twitter. You know? You feel me? You know, something is fishy when Jimmy looks like he's genuinely in pain. Imagine actually being a person who is emotionally invested in the MrBeast friend group. The problem with kicking Chris out would also make him lose his childhood friend, and I'm sure he doesn't want that. Yeah. And bro, MrBeast supporting Chris on Twitter, 1000% I agree, is not fucking fake. That's all fucking genuine. That's all fucking genuine. There's no way people are out here gonna sit here and say, oh, he's just faking it. That's fake. He just doesn't want to ruin his reputation. Why the fuck would he defend anything if he didn't agree with it? You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck would he waste his time doing that? I don't know, bruh. Let me know how you guys feel, honestly. Let me know how you guys feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious, bro. You know, this does spark some conversation, a lot of opinions. I don't know what you guys think, bro. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'm out.